Rudy's know the deal.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
Now at 6, you can see from our Weather Now cameras, still some sun out there, but the weather picture is going to change as we get into the work week. Thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock. I'm Nicole Griffin in the Tracking Center with meteorologist Kyle Mounds. Kyle, another beautiful day, but we're seeing some changes tomorrow.
Yeah, we've got just the clouds out there this afternoon. Tomorrow, though, those clouds may lead to some rain chances for us. It's been a warm day across central Indiana. Temperature right now at 85 degrees. We made it to 87 this afternoon. That humidity is just a little bit higher than it was yesterday, and that's giving us a feels-like number right now of 87 in the Circle City. That southwest breeze at 15 miles per hour. Looking all around central Indiana, we've got temperatures in the 80s. It does feel like 90 degrees, though, in Muncie and Terre Haute with that temperature of 87. There's a few of those popcorn cumulus clouds this afternoon, not rain producers. Our next weather system, though, that's taking shape back into portions of Wisconsin, Iowa, and Minnesota, and will be sliding this way. But for this evening, we're going to keep things nice and dry for you. Those temperatures around 80 degrees by 9 o'clock.
Kyle, thank you. Now to some breaking news. Former Indiana Senator Dan Coates is stepping down in the coming days as Director of National Intelligence. President Trump tweeted late this afternoon that Coates' last day will be August 15th. Sources tell ABC News the president is leaning towards naming Texas Congressman John Ratcliffe as his replacement. No comment so far from Coates himself. Tonight, an Irvington couple is being forced to change the date for their wedding reception after a thief stole all of their invitations. This is Ring doorbell video from the home on Ivanhoe Street, just off of Arlington Avenue. You can see here a man on a bike take the packages off the front porch. Aside from the invitations, there were also dog food bowls, energy drinks, and a template for their new kitchen countertops. The couple says they actually got the template back today after someone found it in their yard. This theft happened around 4:30 Thursday afternoon. Now the couple has to reprint their invitations and push back their reception so it isn't rushed. If you know who this man is here in this video, contact Crime Stoppers. That number, 317-262-TIPS. We are wrapping up a violent weekend here in the Circle City. At least 7 people are injured and 1 fatally since early Saturday morning. The first incident happened in the area of North Rural Streets and Massachusetts Avenue around 1:15 a.m. Saturday. Police said 2 people were shot at this scene. Their conditions are unknown. Officers were then called around 3:15 a.m. to Morningstar Drive. That's near 25th Street and Post Road for a shooting. At last check, the victim in this case is in stable condition. And then early Sunday morning around 1:45, officers were sent to 42nd and Post Road where a man was shot in a parking lot. Tonight, we don't know his condition. And just 45 minutes after this, 2 people were stabbed on Georgetown Road near Lafayette Road. Both were taken to the hospital in this case. And finally, while officers were investigating that incident, calls came in about a person shot inside of a car. This happening in Fountain Square. Police say the shooting happened in the area of English Avenue and Laurel Street. Officers were able to make contact with the driver at the intersection of Calvary Street and found the passenger was shot in that car. That man was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say they believe this shooting actually happened at another location. Tonight, Carmel police have 1 person in custody after 2 people were shot around 7 o'clock this morning. It happened in the area of East 106th Street and Pennsylvania Street. Police say a 36-year-old man who was shot in the chest was taken to the hospital, treated, and released. A second victim, a 39-year-old woman, was later found shot in the leg. With the help from IMPD, police arrested a 45-year-old man from Indianapolis. He is now facing several felony charges, including attempted murder and burglary with a deadly weapon. This traffic reminder as we head into the new week. All lanes of I-70, both eastbound and westbound, are now closed between the south split to I-465 on the west side. INDOT posting pictures of crews getting to work Friday night as soon as the closure went into effect. To get around this closure, give yourself some time and follow the detour. If you are coming from the airport or west side, get off at I-70 at I-465. Take that around the south side to I-65. Head north on 65 I-65 to the South Split and downtown. If you are leaving the downtown area at the South Split, continue southbound on 65, take I-465 west, and then connect with I-70 on the west side. With all of this construction and added traffic, city and state police will be keeping a close watch on things.
They're going to be patrolling these zones, so be careful, be aware that cars around you may be slowing down, they may be changing because there's a traffic pattern change, anything like that. Just be aware of your surroundings, which means that you shouldn't be on your phone, you shouldn't be driving with any distractions.
During the closure, crews are fixing areas from winter damage. Interstate 70 is scheduled to reopen August 5th, and as one full closure of construction project gets underway, 2 others are wrapping up. NDOT says I-65 southbound from I-865 to I-465 will open by 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, and so will 65 southbound from the North Split to the South Split. One of 2 major intersections in Franklin Township has just reopened as a roundabout. The intersection of Franklin Road and Edgewood Avenue opened yesterday. The other, Arlington and Edgewood, will open on August 2nd. Both intersections closed in early June for roundabout construction. But there's more work to still be done. Phase 2 begins this Wednesday, July 31st, when the DPW closes the intersection of Franklin and Thompson Roads. And the intersection of Arlington and Shelbyville Road will close on August 19th. Finding an assisted living facility for seniors is already a hard task, but finding a housing for adults with disabilities can seem impossible. That's the trouble Indiana parents say they face when looking for a good home for their children with special needs. RTV6's Cameron Riddle joins us live in the studio tonight with solutions that parents often face facing this difficult issue. Cameron.
Nicole, good evening. Indiana parents of disabled adults are taking a stand against a lack of assisted housing for people who sometimes need a little extra help. And since there aren't many housing communities designed for disabled adults, a social club is teaching them how to survive and thrive on their own. The people that you see in this video are adults who have intellectual or developmental disabilities such as Down syndrome or autism, and the people who love them are fighting for their future. That's why they've been enrolled in the Sunshine Social Club. It's a retreat designed to teach life lessons anyone living on their own should know how to do, such as ordering food, cooking, interacting with others, and even lessons on when to call the police.
The parents of these adults are coming together to be proactive about assisting their children in independence, and they all have the goal to help them learn and grow independently with the goal to live on their own in their own houses.
The Social Club is a 2-day program and has been around for 3 years. The leaders of the club plan to hold their retreat again next year with the goal of eventually opening a residential community specifically designed for adults with disabilities. Working for you, I'm Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
Very interesting, Cameron. Thank you. President Trump is facing more backlash following Twitter attacks against House Oversight Committee Chairman Elijah Cummings and his district, which includes parts of Baltimore. Democrats called the attacks racist. Here's ABC's Tara Palmieri with the latest.
The president continuing his attack Sunday morning against Democratic Congressman Elijah Cummings and his district in Baltimore, Maryland, tweeting that Cummings, quote, just wants to use his oversight committee to hurt innocent people and divide our country. On Saturday, the president called Baltimore, quote, a disgusting rat and rodent infested mess, claiming no human being would want to live there. Sure. The attack coming more than a week after Cummings took on acting Homeland Security Secretary Kevin McAleenan, criticizing the administration's immigration policy.
None of us would have our children in that position. They are human beings.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi defending Cummings, calling him a champion in the Congress and writing, we all reject racist attacks against him. The president then taking on Pelosi. Has anyone seen what is happening to Nancy Pelosi's district in San Francisco? The Dems should stop wasting time on the witch hunt hoax and start focusing on our country. Democrats quick to respond.
Well, the president is, as he usually is or often is, disgusting and racist. He makes these charges with no base at all, and they are designed to distract attention from the very serious allegations about his conduct.
Few Republicans have condemned these latest tweets, but Republican Congressman Will Hurd believes they are different than the president's previous attack against 4 Democratic congresswomen.
When you tell someone to go back to Africa or whatever country, that's in essence telling someone because you don't look like them that you are not American and that you do not have self-worth.
You condemned the go back tweets, but you do not condemn these tweets by the president?
I wouldn't be doing those, right? I wouldn't be tweeting this way, but I think they are different.
Tara Palmieri, ABC News, Washington.
Italian citizens are paying their respects to a police officer allegedly killed by 2 American teens. Tonight, what those suspects are now telling police about what happened.
Housing and Community Development Authority and aired by this station.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
2 American teens are being held in an Italian prison after confessing to stabbing and killing a police officer in Rome. Here's ABC's Trevor Alt with the details.
Today, mourners lining up outside this chapel in Rome to pay their respects to Carabinieri officer Mario Circella-Rega. The 35-year-old had just returned to duty from his wedding and honeymoon days before he was killed. The mayor of Rega's hometown calling whoever did this an animal. Authorities say 2 American tourists, 19-year-old Finnegan Lee Elder and 18-year-old Gabriel Christian Natale Hjorth, seen here moments after being detained in their hotel room, confessed to being involved in a violent altercation over a stolen backpack early Friday, during which the officer was stabbed. The 2 caught on surveillance video shortly after the attack. Police say they found overwhelming evidence in the suspect's hotel room, including the alleged murder weapons cleverly concealed behind a ceiling tile, as well as bloody clothing. Their bags were packed and flights back to the U.S. booked. The 2 now being held at Rome's Regina Coeli prison. Neighbors back home shocked.
I've known Finn since he was born, and I'm in shock. He's one of the nicest neighbors I have.
The family of Finnegan Elder releasing a statement on Sunday saying, "We plan to go to Rome as soon as the State Department assures us we will be able to see our son. We are also aware of the funeral plans for Officer Rega and wish to be respectful of his family and friends at this devastating time." Brigadier Mario Circella-Rega's funeral will be held Monday in the same church where he was married just over a month ago. Trevor Alt, ABC News.
Trevor, thank you. We had another beautiful Sunday, a great day to get outside, right, Kyle?
Yeah, all weekend long enjoying some dry weather there. A little warmer today and a little more of that humidity out there too. But hey, another great day for Colts training camp here. And you can see they were out there, Grand Park in Westfield this afternoon with practice. Also had Colt City, so fans could watch the practice and also get entertained with some other activities there. You can see Andrew Luck out and throwing some passes around this afternoon. The Colts are off tomorrow. They'll be back at it on Tuesday in Westfield, which is also Grandparents' Day. Well, today we talked about those warm temperatures we had, but also that southwest breeze around 10 to 15 miles per hour. That will continue this evening. Beautiful view over downtown Indianapolis, looking at Veterans Memorial Plaza right now. That temperature 85 degrees in Indy, 88 for you in Muncie, 85 in Bloomington and Martinsville at 86 degrees. By tomorrow morning, temperatures not going to cool very much here. We're upper 60s to around 70 degrees, so a mild start to our Monday. And as we break down the forecast here for you hour by hour, it is a dry start to our Monday. So heading off to work or maybe the kids to school now here, not going to need the umbrella there. But as we head into the afternoon, that's when rain chances do ramp up, and it will be another breezy day for us with those temperatures in the 80s. So TrueCast, let's time out the rain. This is 11:30 tomorrow morning, so just before the lunch hour, we start to see some of those scattered showers moving in around Fowler and Lafayette. We go through the afternoon. By 3 o'clock, we can see that line of showers and a few thunderstorms here, stretching from around Sullivan, just west of Bloomington, through the Avon area, into portions of Hamilton County, up into Tipton and Kokomo. That will continue to slide off to the south and east. By 7 o'clock, a couple of isolated showers, but you notice another band of showers around Crawfordsville will be making their way through. Not expecting widespread severe weather tomorrow. Could have an isolated storm that's got some gusty winds with it, and also some rainfall that I think most areas are going to see a half inch or less. But you can see some areas could pick up over an inch of rainfall if you get under a couple of those thunderstorms. So temperatures, they're going to be held back by the rain and clouds tomorrow, especially where it starts raining earlier in the day. 80 degrees for your high in Lafayette, 86 in Indy. You'll be close to 90 though before the rain moves in Columbus. 7-day planning forecast for you now. now, and as we put it all together here on Tuesday, just an isolated chance for a shower, mainly southeastern areas here as we go through the morning. Less humid air arriving for our Wednesday with partly sunny skies. We'll see a lot of dry weather here, so tomorrow's our best bet for some rainfall, and gradually those temperatures warming up here as we head toward next weekend. We're back around 90 degrees.
I'm kind of bummed about the rain tomorrow, but we've been really spoiled with good weather.
Because it's your day off, isn't it?
I know.
Yeah, didn't time out for that weekend just right, but a lot of us enjoyed dry weather today and yesterday.
Very true. All right. Thank you, Kyle. A question: should police have access to your phone records if it will aid in an investigation? One man's response landed him in jail. Coming up, the debate from both sides.
Sunday at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
There's a debate about whether police can force you to give them your cell phone passcode so they can search your phone. Investigative reporter Jace Larson is here with the story of one man who said no and ended up in jail.
It started with him not using his turn signal. Police pulled him over, his attorney says, and then smelled pot.
He said, yes, I smoke marijuana. There's marijuana in the vehicle.
But a text message that police saw pop up on his phone is what really started this whole privacy issue. It said, OMG, did they find it? Well, police got a judge to sign a search warrant. Then Montanez refused to give them the code to his phone. So officers hauled him into court.
Is that a yes or a no?
It's a no, Your Honor.
Take him into custody.
Montanez ended up in jail for 40 plus days. Well, eventually an appeals court ordered him released, and then the DA's office dropped the issue.
There's no probable cause to suggest that just because you have a misdemeanor amount of marijuana on your possession, that there's evidence of a crime in a cell phone.
Williams' lawyer says if police made him tell them the passcode, that would be giving up evidence on himself, essentially admitting that the phone was his.
And then if there's information on that cell phone that would incriminate me, then I've just been ordered by the court to violate my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, not to offer information that would incriminate me.
And this is a case that civil rights lawyers elsewhere say is worrisome.
This is the death of privacy in the digital age. This is forced self-incrimination.
Not all prosecutors are willing to go as far as jail. This local prosecutor in Arapahoe County, Colorado, says there are enough private companies around who can access phone data through their own proprietary technology that demanding a passcode really isn't necessary.
That's just not how we've done business in the past, and as long as we have another vehicle to get that information, which is by going to the court and getting a search warrant and then turning it over to the experts in technology, I don't need to go down that road.
The Florida Appeals Court didn't block prosecutors from ever asking for a passcode again. They just said the way it was done in this case was flawed. And what that means is this issue could come up again unless the Supreme Court eventually weighs in. I'm Jace Larson reporting.
Very interesting. Thank you, Jace. Well, did you know taking your eyes off the road for just 2 seconds doubles your chance of getting into an accident? That's according to AAA, and it's easy to get distracted with all the technology we have in our vehicles these days. AAA says people between the ages of 55 and 75 are likely to get even more distracted. The study found people in that age group took their eyes off the road about 8 seconds longer than people between the ages of 21 and 36. We'll be right back with the final check of your forecast. Hiring Hoosiers is our initiative from RTV6 that works to connect you to jobs, resources, training, and education. The medical device industry continues to expand, and one company right here in central Indiana is looking for you to grow with them. Founded in Indianapolis in 1992, PTS Diagnostics has seen dramatic growth. So much so, they opened a brand new facility in Whitestown. They make devices that help people manage diabetes and heart disease. Therefore, they are making a global impact, and they need people with all different types of backgrounds to help make those products.
Because we do so many different things here, we have a number of different positions open at a given time. Typically, we have a high demand for people with engineering backgrounds, software code writers, if you will, chemistry majors, and then moving into the commercial side, you know, we need marketing people and sales people, finance and accounting people, clerical support. We have many hourly positions and assembly line positions that open up. So it's really the whole gamut of different disciplines that we recruit for.
There are a number of openings at PTS Diagnostics right now. We've put a link on hiringhoosiers.com.
And tomorrow afternoon and evening, we've got some showers and storms which will move through central Indiana. That'll bring in some cooler, less humid air for the middle of the week.
All right, Kyle, thank you. And thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 11.